Dear learners, greetings and welcome. In today's session, we shall be learning about wines from a place that has diverse mix of climates, culture and heritage. And that country is India. So today we'll be studying about wines of India. And wines from India are considered as New World wines. The objectives of the session are to learn about journey of Indian wines, wine producing regions of India, and popular vineyards and brands of wines. Now let me take you through the journey of wines in India. Well, winemaking is not new to India. Grape growing and winemaking can be traced back to Vedic period, where old scriptures reveal of consumption of wine by Aryan tribes. The viticulture in India has a long history that dates back to Indus Valley civilization, where grape wines were believed to be introduced by Persian traders. Further, this particular winemaking or grape growing procedure was encouraged by Portuguese and British invaders, and this was very specifically to the regions of Goa and Maharashtra. However, over the time and towards the end of a Victorian era, there was a disease or there was a wind disease called as phylloxera, which came into 19th century and took a toll on Indian wine industry. Followed with this, there were various religion and public opinions moving towards prohibition of wine. Definitely, all these situations and circumstances led or nearly wiped out this industry. Following to the country's independence from the British Empire, the government of India encouraged vineyards to convert them to table grapes and resins production. However, the contemporary Indian wine industry took birth in late 1970s and early 80s as a result of growing interest of people in luxury good and dinings, changing demography, increasing disposable income of people, exposure to Western culture, and growth in arrival of international tourists were the main factors that gave development to the wine industry in India. Even today, wines or this industry is still blooming and still has a lot to go ahead in the establishment. Now let's take a look at popular grape varieties. French varieties have established their dominance in India because this industry of wines owes its heritage to France. The pioneers who developed this wine industry in India had their business in France, and that's how they got hooked onto wine, bringing that culture of winemaking to India. The principal red grape varieties are Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Pinot Noir, whereas the white varieties include of Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc, and Chardonnay. Talking about pioneers of Indian wine industry, very specifically, Chateau Indage is the first winery or is in India, which was founded or which is located in Narayangam, which is an area or a region which is closely located to Pune. Chateau Indage was founded by Mr. Shamrao Chaugule in 1982. Now, the founder, Mr. Shamrao Chaugule, was also a person who was very much interested into developing technology and space work, and hence he used to travel to France. While he was on travel to France, while he was on his work, he enjoyed wines there, and that's what gave the idea to bring winemaking in India. This particular winery also created first sparkling wine named as Omar Khayyam in 1986. This sparkling wine also was recognized globally and also won international awards. After this, there was in 1988 Mr. Grover, who started with Grover Vineyards. It is located in Karnataka, a very specific place called as Nandi Hills, which is popular or which is also a location with climate which is really good for production of grapes. With the ample support from the weather, it introduced and they could introduce Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz to Indian winemaking. Further, now let's talk about various regions or wine regions that are popular for wine production in India. Talking about states, very specifically, we first talk about Maharashtra. Maharashtra, Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh, and Goa are some of the states that are known for wine production. However, Maharashtra and Karnataka have major wineries. And in that, Maharashtra is the leading state in wine production. It's also Nasik, which is wine capital of India, is located in Maharashtra. It is considered as wine capital with regards to the many vineyards that are present or many wineries that are present in Nasik today. Major producers from Nasik are Sula Vineyards, Soma Wine Village, Shambhav India, Grover Zampa Vineyards, Nasik. Sula Vineyards or winemaking, as it started growing and this culture, it also got wine tourism in Nasik. Today, Sula Vineyards also have their own resort and they also have tours which are conducted for tourists to come in and take the experience of vineyards and to understand what it is. Other popular regions that are popular for producing wines in Maharashtra are Pune and Solapur. The major producers from this particular regions include of big names like Deccan Plateau Vineyards. Then we have Four Seasons and Fratelli Wines. Moving ahead is Karnataka. Karnataka is a state which is again blessed with the gravel or limestone nature in the soil, which provides or which gives good irrigation and good drainage, which ensures that the higher quality of Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Chardonnay are being produced in the region. The major producers include of Grover Zampa Vineyards, SDU Winery, Alpine Winery, and so on. A very popular award-winning wine is Grover Zampa Raw Reserve. The next popular state we have is Goa. The smallest state in India has rich Portuguese heritage, including their grapes and wines. They also have the influence in terms of cuisine. Popular wineries from Goa are Big Banyan Wines and Vinicola. These are the two main wineries in Goa, and Vinicola produces mainly fortified wines. Goa is known for producing substandard quality port wines, which was introduced or which is major influence because of Portuguese rule. Popular wine names from India are Grover Zampa Chêne. Chêne is it's a French word for oak. Fratelli Sette, Alpine Vendiva Shiraz Reserve, and Sula Rasa. Also, all the wines that are made in India, the government of India has set up a national wine board in Pune, which will offer any technical assistance, sets quality standard, and promote Indian wines in domestic and international market. Wine classification and wine labeling laws are yet to be set by the government. However, this particular or all these wineries have taken and contributed a lot to economy in terms of wine production and getting global recognition for the wines. Today, Sula Vineyards is the leading winery in India, which also exports large quantities and is considered to be ambassador for Indian wines to the wine drinking world. It produces a range of red, white, and sparkling wines. It has greatly contributed to marketing Indian wines in international market, and most restaurants have Sula wines in their wine list to date. Thank you. I request students of AISSMS CHMCT to click on the link given in the description to take quiz on wines of India. Thank you. Happy learning.